time. I'm taking my freedom, pulling it off the shelf, putting it on my chain, wearing it round my neck. I'm taking my freedom, putting it in my car, wherever I choose to go, it won't take me far. I'm living my life like it's golden, 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 golden, living my life like it's 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 golden, golden. I'm taking my own freedom, putting it in my song, singing loud and strong, moving all day long. I'm taking my freedom, putting it in my stroll. When expectations end, faith is gone. When the truth lies within, hope abounds. Enemy is friend. That's what makes us human. What we think is who we are. What we think is who we see. Yeah, yeah.
I am every person, every woman. I am a mother, a daughter, a teacher, an artist. I am light and I am love. And I'm here spreading my love on Living Our Lives with Troy Anthony.
They're the best of friends, scared to death. None of plans. That's what makes us human. What we think is who we are. What we think is who we see.
Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome to Living Our Lives with Troy Anthony. Of course, I am Troy Anthony. Guys, if you are new to the L.O.L experience, L.O.L stands for Living Our Lives and Living Them Out Loud. That's living our lives and living them out loud. Today, we have a very, very special person on the show. Her name is Sahffi. She is a recording artist from here in Baltimore. She has recorded from everywhere from New York, or performed everywhere from New York to Delaware, and of course here in Baltimore. She has had a #1 hit entitled, I believe, Sweet Breeze?
Summer Breeze.
Summer Breeze.
Yeah.
And she just recently got together with 15 songwriters to record a song to help heal Baltimore, and it's called Let's Make It Happen, right?
Yes, thank you.
Sahffi, you're here!
I'm here. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, it's been... Okay, so what you don't know is that this interview has been, what, a year? It's like maybe
Pretty much a year
in the making.
Yeah.
We kept rescheduling, and a lot came up, but we are now here and we are doing it.
Yes.
Welcome to Living Our Lives, Sahffi.
Thank you.
All right, so the first question, your name. I love it.
Thank you.
Is it your real name? Is it your stage name? And if it is a stage name, does it mean something?
Sure. It is, ooh, I love that.
Oh, yes, it's thunder.
Yes.
We're not going to discount Humble Beginnings. We are recording during a thunderstorm.
I love it.
We love it.
Yeah, I love it. Tell the story.
Tell the story.
That's right. So Sahffi is my real name, is my legal name, but it is the name I gave myself.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up playing French horn, classical music, went to Peabody and studied with the teacher at Juilliard, got to that level, and I was like, I wasn't feeling like I was living my life, you know.
Authentic.
Yes, authentic. I knew it was music, but I wasn't sure it was that path in music. So I was a music therapist, and then I was in a cover band, which was awesome because I really, like, that's when I like, ooh, I like this, feeling like, you know, really singing and expressing. And then I started writing my own music, and somehow it felt not all me. I felt like a channel almost.
Oh, I love
and
that.
I wanted to really give that, you know, a name, a persona, like, you know, really embody what I was feeling inside. And my given name is Carrie. It's a beautiful name that I was given, but it wasn't feeling authentic.
Authentic. Now,
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, go.
Yeah,
go.
no.
I love it. Okay, I'm going to cut you off. Keep going.
Okay. Well, just the real quick story behind it. So I was thinking of a name, and there were two words. I love yoga and Hindi and Buddhism. I didn't grow up with religion, so I'm always really interested in any religion. And in that moment, I found some great words, and I don't remember the words, but one was like had Sahffi, and Sahffi came out. I was like, oh, that's a beautiful name, you know, and it means pure in Arabic. And to me, it meant awakening to the light, because one word was awaken, one was light, and it just all like kind of felt really nice. A friend of mine at the time was into sounds, and he's like, those sounds, sa, fi. He's like, when you put those together, it's very powerful. I'm like, I know, I'm feeling it. So I've been Sahffi 20 years, and legally just changed it recently because it was.
Okay, so now it is your legal name.
Yeah.
It's so funny that you say that, because you mentioned three things. You said it didn't feel authentic, and the name that you did choose wound up becoming authentic. It was authentic in the sense of the light and the love that you feel within yourself. And in the beginning, you said you are light, you are love, you are a woman, you are an artist, you are music. It's so funny because I woke up this morning and I read like daily inspirations, and the inspiration said that nature, everything in nature is a prayer if you listen to it.
I like that.
And now I find myself recognizing that, well, God created everything out there, and I know He created me, so maybe I'm a walking prayer as well.
Ooh, I like that.
Right? So for you to say that the name that you were given, though beautiful, did not feel like it was you, it almost makes me go back to nature and recognizing that maybe what someone else put on you or how they described you really wasn't who you are. Now, in saying all that, did your okay, Dad.
Think you got it.
I think God got it. Okay. So with all that being said, did music help bring you into your authentic self?
Music was there since I was little, since I can remember. I wanted to play drums. My cousin was a drummer, and he'd sit me on his lap and show me which drums to play, and I'd be rocking out. Music's in my family. It's just always been in my blood. Music has been my best friend through times that have been very dark. In my first year of college, I was raped, and that was a terrible time. You know, of course, anyone who has trauma, it's a very dark time. I was so lucky to have music to keep me going, you know, and to hold together. But I credit that dark time into me finding my light. Because without the dark, you can't
enjoy the light.
That's right. So I'm so grateful to, you know, that man, because he gave me a gift. And it's funny because, you know, when I was in my 20s and still kind of reeling from this, I remember Oprah saying something very similar. She's like, I'm glad I was raped, otherwise I wouldn't know, you know, what to do. And I was like, how could she say that, Oprah? That's a terrible thing. But now I totally get it, because she's right. You know, if you can see these dark times as the times that will lead you to the light, then you can accept the dark times. You can let yourself.
You can heal yourself of it.
You can see, but you also allow yourself to have them. I think we often fight them. We don't want to be there. Why would we want to be there? It's not fun. But without it, you're not going to get to where you're supposed to be.
Okay, so my LOLers, I had like a whole list of questions here. And this is what I love about pursuing your passion, being authentic, because I'm going to throw these questions out because you just got really real with me when you said, okay, well, I was raped, and music kind of helped me to feel better and to conquer and to heal. Okay, I got to readjust my whole self now, because what I had planned, clearly God wants something else to happen.
Indeed.
Okay, so one of the reasons why I started this show is because I turned on the television one day and I said, I don't see anything or anyone, any talk show or any talk show host that speaks to my issues. And I don't see a show in particular that, as a African-American gay man, that is bridging a gap between heterosexual issues and homosexual issues. And I was wondering why, because essentially we want the same things. We want the same things with just different people. But we all want love, we all want light, we all want to heal ourselves, we all want to pursue a passion and a dream. And we want that dream, hopefully, to serve and push, I know for me, and I think I can speak for you, other people.
Yes.
When did you know that your purpose was music?
I think the very first time I wrote my own song, and I'll always remember it because I was sitting on the floor of my little living room. I was probably 26, 27. And I'd always loved music and had passion for music, and music really literally saved my life, but never had like that aha moment like that, like, what am I doing in music? I don't know. When I wrote that first song, I remember the clouds opened up, the sunshine came in the window, and I literally heard the, oh!
Yeah, just shine on me.
Yeah, I literally heard that. So I knew that was, something I was supposed to do. And I think the very first time I've just my own song kept going. I have 5 albums. I love music. Any music is good music to me. Like, I love all styles. If it's good, if it's from the heart, I have that #1 song in house music. I still play French horn, classical music. I play, healing music. I do, whenever I sing, I feel like I'm connecting with something bigger than myself. And whatever it is, it helps people connect to their hearts. And when they connect to their own hearts, then we can connect to each other.
Yeah.
This thing is that we're learning now is that, not only do we all want the same, we are the same. And it's not that we're one, we're different. I'm not a gay black man, you're not a white woman, but we're the same.
Same, yes. Yes.
So the thing is to not tolerate. It's to allow.
That always gets me when people use that tolerate word.
I can't stand it.
Tolerate me.
I mean, it's better than, being a jerk.
Sure, right. But, it's maybe a step above it.
It's a step above, but we need to continue our evolution, and we need to allow, we need to celebrate, we need to connect. And so I feel like especially the last couple of years, I've been really guided to write music that's healing, to perform music in healing ceremonies and spaces, and just use my music as a healing, as medicine.
That leads me to the next question. You studied at Peabody Conservatory. That's one of the most prestigious musical educational institutes in the United States of America, and dare I almost say the world.
Yeah.
Listening to your albums, you do a really good job with blending your classical Peabody background with, I hear some neo folk there, I hear a little bit of blues there, I hear a little bit of kind of undertones of rhythm and blues, R&B. Now, you know what the musical climate looks like these days. I mean, you have a lot of phenomenal artists, but they're all in the genre. They're all, in some degree, in a box. How do you stay unboxed? How do you not allow someone to say, well, you should only be doing this genre of music because this is where you were trained at? And how do we not only get I'm asking multiple questions on this one because my brain is going. But how do you not only do that in music, but how do we get other artists who are doing it in their poetry, or maybe doing it on a stage? You should only be a classical dancer. You should be only a classical actor. What advice can you give to people out there and let them know, hey, you don't have to be boxed in by anybody?
It's a great question, and I think it's a lot easier now. 20 years ago when I was first starting, it was difficult. I couldn't find anyone to play my music. It's still a little tricky. People want to put you in a genre because, of course, Spotify is, everything is genre. You gotta, what do you like?
R&B.
Yeah. So it's been a challenge, but to me, again, it's not about that. It's about me bringing forth what I feel like.
That light and love.
Yeah, that it's coming through. What wants to come through, and the people who hear me get it. And when you hear me, you get it or you don't get it, and it's okay, But now, with the internet, it's actually a lot easier because you can open it up, to all around the world, And if you don't limit yourself, I think that's the other thing. We block ourselves, like, oh, I think I should do this. I think I should do that. You just follow your heart, your heart knows. You just follow, and then the path will come open. But it is easier, I think, with the internet because I've met people from all over the world and worked with people from all over the world from my basement, And so it's
don't discount humble beginnings.
That's exactly right, yeah. And, it's what it is. And it's just, if you're authentic, like you were saying earlier, this won't be in the interview, but it is something you said earlier, like attracts like. You flock to your tribe, you find your people, and if you're authentic in your heart and you're heart-led, you will find other people heart-led, and you will exchange each other's gifts, and that's what it's all about. Yeah.
It was going back to daily inspiration. Ironically, you said that you say like attracts. Well, I said it, but you piggybacking on it, like attracts like. The quote that I read on Instagram was, "You will find your people." And your people will connect with you without even having to say anything. You will feel them. You will hear their spirit across the room. And you'll be drawn to go over there and say something. And the people that you aren't drawn to are not supposed to be your people in the first place.
Yeah.
So
true.
So true. And it really goes back to the light and the love that you've been talking about. Going back to your personal journey, when did you, or have you ever felt that light and love was forever gone?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I actually, there was a moment I was a junior in college, so I was raped in my freshman year. Second month I was there. It was really like, out of the small town I was in into Baltimore, big city, and boom, I was kind of naive, and it was date rape, and date rape back then, that wasn't a thing, you're just stupid. You're in the wrong place at the wrong time. Yeah. And so, and for many years I didn't tell anyone. I just felt really horrible about myself, and that I was stupid, and that I was, not a good person, and to blame. Yeah. And I brought it upon myself, and so I was suicidal, and I had stolen a bunch of pills and bought a bunch of pills and had them all lined up and ready to go. And I remember looking in the mirror. I was in the bathroom, and I saw my mom's face. And, I just realized that I wasn't doing it to myself, I was
doing it to everyone that
around me, yeah. And I also had music. I really loved Peabody. It really saved my life. I loved what I was doing. I knew I just needed to get that light back on board inside. Because I had a very nice childhood. We went camping. Like I said, we were always in nature. And, we didn't grow up with religion. So in a way, it was nice to have that freedom of just knowing, like, God is in the sunset. God is in the
as
in
the sun
rain.
comes up.
Yeah, like
the
God,
light.
You can hear the music in the woods. This just being really, not having to have some issues I know that some people have with religion. I think religion, I have maybe some controversial thoughts about it, but I think the the basis of religion is good. It's about loving each other, allowing
What
each
did Gandhi
other.
say? It's not your Christ that I have an issue with. It's the Christians that I have an issue with.
Yeah. And the Dalai Lama said, we honor all paths to the same place. Whether we like it or not, we're going to the same place.
Yes, yes. My pastor said that to me. She was like, Troy Anthony, we're all in the same boat here.
That's right.
And one way or another, we're trying to get to the same place. It would behoove us to kind of paddle together.
Absolutely, yeah.
All right,
so we're learning that now in this crate. And
with Trump being...
I think it's a good thing ultimately because it's exposing that ugly underbelly. Again, to have the light, you have to have the darkness. But one candle can light up the light.
That is true.
So if we look at Donald Trump, he's got the hair, as the candle.
And let it be told, he has a light of his own.
Yeah, he's the candle. He is he's making all this come to pass.
This interview is going to be like, I just said Donald Trump has a light of his own. I'm pretty sure people are looking at this and they're going to be like, I know a black gay man did not just say Donald Trump. Yes, Donald Trump has a light.
Well, he has a light because he has a purpose.
His
purpose is to expose
all of it, yes. Now, you're just leading me into my next question. Just leading me. I love it. All right, so on my season 1 of my show, I ended the season with, what is stopping us from our greatness? And looking back on my life, I recognized fear was a big issue for me. It took away all of my childhood. It took away a few years of my adulthood. And then, kind of like you, I don't know, one day I woke up and I recognized that if I'm going to call myself a true believer of God, then how can I ever feel or act like I'm enslaved? And I said, I'm going to do this. I'm going to start this talk show. I'm going to put myself out there. I'm going to talk about the issues with the people that I want to talk about.
Yeah.
Talk about them with. What were your fears when you first got into the music industry?
Oh, wow, yeah. I think the main thing for me was I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough.
We all of us.
All of us, right? Yeah. And I think I was also fearful, and I wouldn't say I'm fearful of it now, but I'm very well aware of people who want to take advantage.
Ill intent.
Ill intent. I think that, money in itself is not a bad thing. It's a way for us to exchange energy and goods. But the way that we think about money now, greed, I want more.
It's never enough.
It's never enough. And it's become an illness, and I would say I'm afraid of that. That doesn't come from a place of love for other people, allowance for other people, giving. It comes from a closing and a taking, and that's not the energy I want to be in.
So it's so funny that you say that, because I'm recognizing the more I grow and I get closer to Christ, I recognize that the best thing I can do to help people is not to take, but to serve. I feel my best. I'm at my best when I can help, when I can extend a hand and, ultimately serve. I'm not normally at a loss for words, but I'm at a loss for words because I think what so many people are afraid of is not being first. Because ultimately we are programmed to want to succeed. We want to be the best. We want to succeed. We don't often go into our dreams or pursue our dreams and go with our purposes because we're afraid of not being the best.
And I think that's what we're learning now, is that if we're the best that we can be, then we make this world the best it can be.
Right.
Because we're all pieces of the same puzzle. But we have to follow our own hearts. What we're doing is following that commercial's heart, or that guy's heart, or I want to be like him. And they say you come out of fear or come out of love. I think fear is something also we should not be fearful of. Because sometimes fear tells us something. It's giving us some information that we need to know. Like maybe, don't go into that house tonight.
Right.
Yeah, or you know, stay away from that alley, or you know, that person.
Keeping you
No.
from harm.
Yeah, it's like good intuition. You know, when you start sinking into it and you can't get out of it, you can't flip out of it. That's where the problem is, and I think we're there as a society because of so many things that have happened in human history. I mean, this country was built on the backs of the native people and the slaves from Africa, and you know, there's so much pain and so much sorrow. And now what we need to do is transmute the energy and really allow people to, you know, go through what they need to go through. Allow people to be sad. Allow and hug them, you know, or connect
Be
with them.
authentic.
Be authentic.
And authentic is your feelings.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't
don't
be authentic,
afraid.
right? Don't be afraid to cry. Don't be afraid to
cry.
be
Let it
angry.
go. Yeah.
I told my good friend, I was telling my good friend in New York, I said, I give myself once a month. Once a month where I just cry.
Yeah, good for you.
Yeah, just let it out.
Yeah.
And
feels good.
It feels, girl. It feels so good.
So refreshing.
And then I'm just able to release and let it go. And I find myself now, you know, attracting people in my life that are more in tune with their spirit and their feelings and being authentic. And once again, you're leading me to my next question. Did that lead you to that great song? It is, I believe it was All the Profits Are Going to Save, no, the Dope, correct me if I'm wrong.
Oh, Save a Dope Boy.
Save a Dope
yes.
Boy. And this song is called Let's Make It Happen.
Let's Make It
and
Happen.
And you got 15 different songwriters together.
Yeah.
How did that come about?
So I grew up in classical music, and I sing, you know, kind of this folk. I'm a member of the Baltimore Association, Songwriters Association. So a lot of folk artists in there. And then I was a member of 10, which is a house music band. I know a lot of R&B and rappers. And I was like, you know, I know a lot of people in Baltimore. And I was actually in Peru last year, and we were hiking on this big mountain. And of course, it's like 10,000 feet in the air, and we're all like, and someone gave us food, you know, delicious quinoa and potato soup, very simple. And he said, we don't have much here in the mountains, but what we have, we can share. I was like, wow, powerful.
Wow.
So simple, so powerful. When I came home, it was after, you know, Freddie Gray and our uprisings, and I was thinking, I was like, what can I give? It's, you know, I
from your spirit. Yeah.
Well, even if I had money, I don't have money. Like, what can I do? I don't know. I go in to teach in the city, but I don't live in those neighborhoods. You know, I was like, I don't know what to do. And I was like, you know what? I have music. And what I can have, I can share. So I just reached out to all my friends. I said, hey, I want to do a song for Unity. You know, who'd be up for it? And we had 15 songwriters, you know, blues, R&B, jazz. We had children's songwriter in there, you know, and we all got together, wrote this amazing song called Let's Make It Happen. And all the proceeds go to Save a Dope Boy, which is a grassroots organization run by Tiffany Welch. And it was actually founded by L.O.L of Brownfish, so we wanted to honor his work. And they help young men in the city, you know, they find them jobs. They have, you know, get them jobs at the local farmers market.
Serving.
Coming in, serving.
They're serving people.
Yeah, and it's a really beautiful thing just to give love. And I wanted to do that. I wanted to help the way I could. So I felt like unifying, you know, the music.
Hence a Song for Unity. That's what you all call it.
Yeah, it's a Song for Unity project, yeah.
Now, where actually can my L.O.Lers go out and buy it or download it?
Yes, we did raise our goal of $500.
Oh.
We're very happy, yay! But all the money still goes to them, so you can go to songforunity.bandcamp.com.
Okay, and that is going to be flashing at the screen. Let's say that again. Songforunity.bandcamp.com. And $1.29, download the song, and proceeds go directly to Save a Dope Boy, right into their bank account, so it helps kids today. Okay, wonderful.
Yeah.
All right, now, going into your music, you released an album.
I did.
Tell us about it this summer.
I did. I quietly released a live album. It's called Entropic Moments, and it's a live house concert at Bonnie Branch House Concerts. It was last year in Ellicott City. And it's basically every song, you know, I remember I wasn't too much into science as a kid. You know, I was always a music geek. But one thing my science teacher said I really loved about entropy was he had like deck of cards. And he's like, psh, and he threw it away, just like all over. He's like, all right, now everybody pick them up. We were like, pick them up. It takes forever, right? And he said, that's basically entropy. Like something happens, and then it takes like a while for it to come back together. Huh. I was like, oh, that's very clever teaching, but it stuck with me. And so all these songs are moments in my life. Something happened, and it took a while to come back. Now, there's good and bad, Okay. Like there's some breakup songs, there's some falling in love songs. There's a song I wrote for a friend of mine who actually hosted the house concert about losing a partner. So there's a lot of, just...
Something to speak for kind of everyone in different stages in our lives.
Yeah, songs that just are moments that change your life for good or bad. So it's called Entropic Moments.
Okay, now where can the LOLers out there get this?
You can find this on my website. You go to the music tab on my website, Sahffi.com.
We're gonna promote that one more time. That is www.sahffi.com.
SAHFFI.
Say it one more time.
SAHFFI.com. Yeah. .com. Yes.
All right, so I'm going to ask you a series of questions.
Okay.
And you can only answer with one word.
Whew. I love that. That's so cool. You're so cool.
Your favorite curse word?
Fuck.
What pisses you off the most? Only one word?
Meanness.
What makes you smile?
Hugs.
What makes you cry?
Makes me cry. Isn't that nice? I can't really think of much. Like, my life is so blessed.
Oh, that's the answer. Blessed.
Blessed. Okay. I like that.
I like it too. If you had to describe yourself in one word, what would that word be?
I hope kind.
Kind. Sahffi. This interview took on a whole different, for the lack of a better word, atmosphere. The atmosphere was just something totally different than what I expected. Like I said, I had come in here with my series of questions. I was prepared. I was ready. And then some people may call it, God's creation. Some people say the Holy Spirit. Whatever it was, came in and just allowed us to flow. And it goes back to what I believe what you said, light and love. And I am so thankful for you being on this show.
I'm so thankful for you having me. Thank you. I just wrote a song recently. I'll sing a little bit of it.
Sing it, yes.
Because I think this is the moment, to hear it. The Creator created you to be the creator of your own life. The Creator created you to be the creator of your own life.
The Creator and you created
Creator created you to be the creator of your own life. Yeah.
Mike. This is why I do this. This is why I do this. Oh my God. Oh, Sahffi, thank you guys. Thank you for watching LOL with Troy Anthony. Before I sign off now, you got to be familiar with the slogan. And if you're not, if you're new to Living Our Lives with Troy Anthony, guys, like, dislike, be the viewer that you are, as long as you voice your opinion for what you want to see and who you are. Because life is a banquet. And most poor people are starving to death. So what we must do, what must we do, Sahffi?
We must live,
baby. Sahffi, thank you.
Thank you so much. Oh, thank you.
Mwah. That's a wrap, folks. That's a wrap.
Oh. You're so sweet.
Turn
glass shatters, police on the street. Tell me, how did it get this way?
Black and white and green divide us. Neighborhoods are turning into war zones.
Feels like my city's facing its own case.